It's very interesting when you get involved in research and you look at the questions, and and then all of a sudden you see something. There's something. Say for example, with my illness, there was something. I was involved with international research, and the first thing that stood out to me after I had read it a few times to digest it was that there was nothing about my quality of life and about how I lived. And so this research was from all around the world, we had telephone conferences once a month, and I decided that I would approach this when we had our conference, and I said, I just don't see anything. I see everything about medical, but nothing about social, nothing about me as a person. And I was able to change that and influence that change. And for me, that was absolutely perfect. When we had completed our work, that there it was, our quality of life.
In the past, we would have been performing a lot of basic research, but we're now at the point where we're trying to bring drugs into the clinic. And then that's obviously very important because there at that point, you are going to have a drug that's going to go into a patient. So understanding what the patient's frustrations are, what their expectations are, what they're looking for, really helps us understand what we should be doing. So we may not get a better drug, for example, but we may get a drug that only needs to be given once a year. And a patient would prefer that than getting a drug that has to be given every 4 weeks or something like that. So you can change about what you thought was the most important part of your research. So it's done that, but it's also the students and the postdocs in the lab go to these patient events as well, and you can see that now when they've met patients, it really inspires them to go, okay, now I really understand why there's an importance to what I'm doing.
Talking to people with MS about my research and about the treatments that we're designing and evaluating has really helped me understand the hidden symptoms of MS and how they impact on their day-to-day lives. For me, I can have lovely ideas about the ideal treatment, but then you sit down with somebody MS and they tell you about the realities of fatigue and how their daily schedule looks and how they are already juggling children and schools and jobs, as well as all of the symptoms and their potential mobility problems. So I think it for me it's a reality check. It's a hugely important piece of my research because it helps me understand the context of what I'm proposing.